I'm Guelda.
I'm Yari.
And we're your hosts of LatinX Be Like.
We're your crazy hosts for LatinX Be Like. Welcome to our show. Everybody's been so curious about what LatinX Be Like is. What are we doing? Who are these girls? People are talking about what they think we're talking about our exes. We're not talking about our exes.
They don't get enough clout right now. No.
We're definitely going to do that. We're definitely going to have a show where we talk about Latin lovers and our exes included if they're Latin.
Right.
But no. This is not it. It's a talk show.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a whole lot.
A lot. But we chose the name LatinX because it's gender fluid.
Absolutely.
Especially in this day and age right now, we just want to shine light on people who, have their own identities. We want to make sure everyone's comfortable, pretty much.
We want to make sure that we stay out of the classification.
Yeah.
That's what the X is about.
It's all inclusive.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm. We're always classifying ourselves as this or that. So LatinX Be Like was just the simplest way for them to tell them who we are and what we be like.
Mm-hmm. We're going to let you know a lot about what we're like.
So how are we?
Caliente.
Well, that depends. Latinxes are a lot of things.
Yeah.
We mean a lot of things. We're a lot of powerful things, a lot of spicy things, a lot of history with us. And we can be morons too.
That was
like Latinx.
We can
Latin history for morons. Shout out to John Leguizamo.
Yes,
an amazing Netflix
Why
show.
don't we talk about that at first? You know what I mean? Why don't we talk about that? We all watched the Netflix series. Well, not even series, a documentary that he had put out.
I thought it was amazing.
It was.
I thought it was so well put, and I love the way he inscripted his family into it and just kind of made it very relatable.
Yeah.
There was a line that resonates with the whole Latinx part that he says his wife says to be intolerant to intolerance, and I love that, and I kind of want to live by that now because it's the kind of day and age that we're in. We should be intolerant to intolerance. So, and especially with us as Latinos, we have so much history. We mix it with so many nationalities and with so many people, and we have so many things in common that this is what LatinX Be Like is about. I want people to see what we're really like, what we're really about, and how we be like.
And you're gonna have to tolerate us.
Right.
That's the way it is.
My favorite part of that was, I feel like we're very spicy and we're very quick to be defensive. So we don't
know me.
Right. You don't know me. Exactly. That was my right. We're in your face. We're letting you know how it is. Like, we rather just act before we talk about it. And so one of the key messages that he was trying to get across is to be more articulate in what it is that you're trying to express, and whether it's an argument or whether it's with a family member or with a parent, co-parent that you're talking to, is to be more articulate. And I feel like we're just so quick to react and exactly.
We're very articulate with our hands.
With our hands to talk, but we have to be more articulate with our words.
Yes,
because people don't know how to. They don't expect that from us.
But I think it also comes with his storyline. His storyline comes with age.
Right.
And I think that's the beauty of creating this show, is that all of us here are different ages.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are from Generation Y
Yes.
to millennials. So I represent women in their 40s.
I'm in my 20s.
I'm in my 50s.
Yes.
I'm in my 30s.
And so we are all different. So you don't know me.
You
don't know me in my 40s, and you didn't know me in my 20s and 30s. You know what I mean? So we don't know each other. And I think that's the beauty about this show, that we are all different. We come from different generations. We come from different type of backgrounds. And so we're going to definitely be able to relate to a lot of different people. And hopefully people will be able to relate to us as well, because we have different intellectualities.
The thing that I also love is the fact that I don't speak Spanish as much as they speak Spanish. So I was very Spanglish. I'm Puerto Rican for sure. My mother and my father know Spanish, but growing up they didn't teach me Spanish. So I kind of just know bits and pieces. The basic stuff that you would know. Right. So I'm praying that in this show I get to learn more Spanish.
Absolutely, because this show is going to break that English barrier.
Right.
We're not only going to speak in English, vamos a hablar en español también, because it's very important. This is how we are.
Right.
Yo no siempre hablo inglés. O hablo el inglés y hablo el español todo junto. Todo conjunto como si no fuera nada.
I think in Spanish.
That's true. That's good.
I mean, half the time I'm like, what am I trying to say? And the Spanish comes out and I
It
talk to
just
people
comes
that
out.
don't speak Spanish. in
No,
Spanish
the truth is that I do the same thing. Like, if I don't know the word in English, I'll say it in Spanish. And if I don't know
Like
it in
for
Spanish and
Spanish.
I'm having a conversation, I'll say it in English. So my whole life is Spanglish.
Well, it's
Right,
a
right,
benefit.
right.
I always call it a benefit.
Yes.
You know, I always call it a benefit because you're able to express yourself. And if you don't find the word, you'll just come up with the other language and you just alternate.
You figure it out.
Yeah,
You
we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Blueberries. We had no idea how to say blueberries in Espanol.
So
we found out.
my goddaughter is Puerto Rican and Dominican, so I wanted her to learn how to speak Spanish. And so she asked me to put my Spanish to the test. How do you say blueberry in Spanish? And I was like, well,
Wow. Give me a second.
Lost for words.
buscar en Google.
her father was like, cereza azul, which just means a blue cherry. It's actually arándano, guys. Arándano. Lesson for you. We're already teaching you.
Yes,
You go
definitely.
No, trust
We're
me,
teaching
all
us.
the time. I'm English to Spanish and Spanish to English in Google. Google Translate, thank you so much.
That's helpful.
You helped me be the best New Yorican ever because there's so many words. Like, I do think in Spanish a lot, but I always speak in English because this is where we are. We're always speaking in English in corporate America, right?
Right.
Definitely.
But Spanish is kind of like the first thing I think of. So if I can't think of it in English, en español va y vamos así.
But I feel like Spanish is so important now when you're looking for jobs and when you're getting. I remember I was on the phone with somebody who was going to hire me and they asked me if I spoke Spanish and I said no, and he was just like, so then I can't hire you. Like, I'm looking for someone who speaks Spanish.
I feel like when somebody speaks Spanish, it warms up my heart.
Yeah.
Like our beautiful director.
Yes.
She is not
Oh my
Spanish.
God. First of
But
all,
she speaks Spanish.
Amazing.
And so the very first time I met her, I thought she was Spanish.
Yep.
I thought she was Afro-Latina, and I was like, oh my God, pero qué bello tu pelo, qué linda tu eres. And she was like, gracias, and gracias. And then a couple of times in Texas, she's like, you know I'm not Spanish, right?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
She's like, I just want you to know I understand 3 out of the 4 words, but you know I'm not Spanish,
Doing
right? So it was just like, oh man, but okay, it doesn't matter. She speaks Spanish. And it still made my heart feel warm. And I
Well, it's
feel like
amazing the
as soon as
effort
it
that
happens-
she put in to learn the Spanish.
Right.
It's amazing.
Because she's
You
a
know.
badass.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, beep.
I think it's a big asset nowadays.
no, it is. You got a lot more jobs,
Yeah,
a lot more
definitely.
opportunities.
Well, we're not really the minority anymore. That's
No.
really what it is.
I was
So-
working for a hospital. I'm sorry. Working for a hospital, and I was able to translate medical terminology because I knew the Spanish, and I was able to get like a little side gig. So that was extra special for me. That's when I really knew how important Spanish was, because the majority of the population in certain areas in New York City, they're predominantly Spanish. So it was a plus.
You know what's funny? My grandmother, she speaks fluent Spanish and fluent English. Like, she's perfect in both languages. And at one parent-teacher conference in my high school, I think it was like a freshman, and one of my teachers needed a translator. And so my grandmother was like, oh, I'll do it for you, it's fine. And she did it, and my teacher was just like, oh my God, your grandmother's just amazing. Like, she just did it perfectly. And that's when I felt like I knew that Spanish it was so important to learn.
But academically, I think Spanish is different. I helped my teenage daughter in her high school project with Spanish, and her Spanish teacher was like, "This Spanish is wrong," and I think it was because it was Boricua Spanish, and not like Spaniard Spanish.
Yeah,
Which is
or
what they're teaching
Exactly.
in school.
That's what they teach
so
in
I'm
school.
just like, wow, but I gave you the right words. But if you were Puerto Rican, you would understand it.
Right.
If
The
you're
lexicon
from Spain,
is
you
different.
might not understand.
I
it.
struggled in high school because I went to school in DR, so I argued with my teacher.
I went to school in PR
That's
for
not how you say
3
it.
years
Oh my
almost,
God.
and it was like, you know, I struggled with just kind of picking up the reading and the writing part. So when I got it, I thought I nailed it, and then now my daughter's in high school, and I felt like a failure. I felt like, oh my God, what do you mean the Spanish is wrong? My Spanish is right.
Right.
No,
It's
but
so
it's not.
right. But
They're
no,
teaching
no,
them
no,
the
fussy.
Spaniard,
Spaniard,
Spanish, yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely like I struggled. Like I argued with my teacher every day. I was just like, no, that's
But
not
my,
how it's
my
done.
Spanish is taught at home.
Yeah, my
actually.
daughter was like, Mom, you don't know anything about being Spanish. I was like, what? Down. That was wrong. I was like, yeah. She was like, you don't know anything about being Spanish. That was not right, Mom. You made me fail. I was like, oh my God.
You made me
That's
fail. Oh my
amazing.
God, who are you talking?
Years. tears. I was like, you don't know.
She was like,
nothing
don't
about
tell me
this.
anything
grammars
about
are,
being
to a
Spanish.
certain degree, and the words are different and
I
different.
was like, make
countries.
sure you say bendición when you go to sleep. And then that was another thing. No one says bendición anymore.
No, that's a lost.
You know, like, come on
It's
now.
lost. Yeah, my kids don't do that. But when I was growing up, the moment I woke up, I went to my parents' bed and I was like, bendición mami, bendición papi. And when they were coming through the door, every moment they walked through the door, it was like a respectful thing to say bendición mamá, bendición papa. And even visiting the Dominican Republic, the bell would ring at 12 o'clock. That's almost, lunchtime. Well, that would be lunchtime. And everybody was like, sion tío, sion tía, sion mami, sion papi, sion abuelo, sion tía. And it was like a whole ensemble of people saying or asking for their
blessing.
the blessings,
Yeah, I still do it right now. Like if I see my aunts and my uncles and I say bendición to my mom, they kind of look at me like I'm weird.
I do it to a few. Like my
It's
father would
bendición,
tell
people.
me who, like I feel like on my dad's side that's when I say it, but on my mother's side I never have said it in my life to them because it's just not something that they they taught us and that was like required of you to say. But on my dad's side, he's like, you couldn't say it to them.
Yeah, it was
Like
inculcated,
that's
definitely.
disrespectful if you don't say it.
I also think that it's the generation difference. When we were growing up, when I was growing up, definitely we had a lot of Spanish influence around us, and so now people get busy and families grow, so it's kind of gets small. For a single mom, especially as for me, it was hard for me to be a provider and a nurturer at the same time. So had I had the opportunity to be more of a nurturer, I would have been able to install more of what it is to be Latina. And and the bendiciones and teaching her who menudo was and Edie's chacon and and bote mercado, rest in peace.
Yes.
And letting her know more about reggaeton and the Rico C's and the Evie Queens of the world, but I'm getting to do that now in conversation with her, but she didn't grow up with it the way I was growing up.
It's hard to get them to get into that. My son would go in the summer to DR, Honduras, because his father's from Honduras, and so he speaks Spanish, and we share the love for the reggaeton. So I'm trying with him to keep it steer him a little bit, like come on, but it is definitely hard with this generation. Absolutely.
It is because I feel like, especially for me, that's not something learning Spanish to me as an individual is important to me because that's where my family comes from. That's just like the heritage that you should know for me.
But do you feel it's a necessity?
No.
See, for us,
because I've gotten multiple jobs and multiple opportunities without knowing Spanish.
See, for us, it was a necessity to communicate with our family.
Right, and for me, it's not that way.
Right.
Because even my grandmother, she came here from Puerto Rico. Like she came here from Puerto Rico. Her mother did not know, which was my great grandmother. She passed away, but she didn't know English at all. So my grandmother had to learn English. And so at that time, it was just like, no one cares about Spanish. You just have to learn English. Like, if you're in America, you need to know what English is. So she learned that. And so growing up, as you're growing up, you hear Spanish. And you hear, understand it, right? But it's like my grandmother, I remember when I had asked her about it, like, why didn't we learn? And she said, well, because when I was growing up, that's not something you needed to know. You needed to know English.
See, in my family, if you didn't speak Spanish, ¿cómo que tú no hablas español?
Right.
Que tú no hablas tu propia
In
lengua.
some families, that's how it was for me too.
So, it was kind of like almost insulting.
Yeah.
That the person that,
I
my
used to
kid
feel
didn't speak
embarrassed.
Spanish or something like
Like,
that.
I didn't know Spanish.
That's the thing with your second generation.
Right.
Here. So sometimes because your parents speak English and you go to school and that's what you learn and that's what they knew, it's just kind of goes into it. Like
Right.
my parents didn't speak English.
Right.
So I had to learn how to do my homework all by myself.
Right. You got to figure it
My
out.
mom speaks perfect Spanish and completely broken English. So you understand that broken English. You understand what
You
she
know
meant.
what she's saying.
Shout out to the Adams family. That's what we call our family.
The Adams
The
family.
Adams family.
Wow.
We're a big family and we call ourselves the Adams family. So
I love it.
My
Shout
dad
out to
speaks
them.
it pretty broken.
Pretty broken.
broken.
But he speaks it.
No mending allowed.
No, it's cute. It's cute.
That was
but it was our first language is Spanish.
in my household also. My father's family, mother and father, they were from Antigua and they migrated into the Dominican Republic, and then you know, my father grew up with the broken English, but learned this, learned the Spanish because he was born and raised there, and that, that was the thing for them. For me particularly, I was speaking the Spanish in the household when I was born, since the time I was born actually. Right. And then I grew up learning, obviously the English in school, and I kept that balance. And my father, especially my father, was adamant, you need to be bilingual, you need to know your culture, love your culture. When you go back home for vacation, then you'll be comfortable with your family. Because imagine me going as a child and everybody speaking, the Spanish, and I didn't understand, it would be crazy. But if I spoke to my brother, when we would go on vacation, they would say, oh, there you guys go with the guiri guiri. They would call it the guiri guiri, right? The guiri guiri. Es inglés con el guiri guiri, because we felt comfortable actually speaking in English when we didn't want anybody to know anything.
No, my family was really simple. You have to speak Spanish. You have to learn English. There has to be café bustelo. There has to be export crackers in the house. If there's no crackers in the house,
Right.
Chancletazos. Chancletazos was real, quenepas.
Love
there were certain things.
We call them limoncillo.
Oh, let's talk about that also. Pegao. Like, I call it pegao.
Concon in DR. We call it concon.
My family calls it pegao.
What about you guys call what do you guys call it? Piragua?
Piragua.
Junjun o frio.
I love a piragua.
For those who don't know what concon is, it's the crispy bottom of the rice that gets stuck to the pot that tastes really,
and it's
really
especially with sauce.
The burnt rice with the oil.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So delicious.
Did I just fit a stereotype? Like, you have to have the
it's so typical of us.
The pegao, the piraguas, the pateles.
Wow, pateles rojas. Oh my God.
Oh, and my family, coquito is real because I have about 11 aunts. So, they all have a whole coquito standoff. Like, yo lo hago mejor.
When
they're together in the kitchen, right? When they're together in the kitchen, they're all like, yo, this is a good coquito, this is good coquito. But when they separate, it was like, I make it better than this girl.
And you're like, yeah. And then you go to the other one, you make it.
We don't have anything.
I'd be like,
Ponche crema de oro.
Hello.
What is it called?
We have ponche crema de oro.
Yes.
That was
Ponche crema de oro
typical.
which is our. Well, it's not something that you make.
It's kind of like an eggnoggish kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a
Like an egg.
Well, our ponche I think is like grape juice with an egg yolk and sugar. And then they turn it on. My grandmother used to make it like that. I know it may not be exactly what it is, but somebody out there knows what I'm talking about for sure.
You know what? What people call empanadas.
Empanadillas.
We call them patelitos.
I call them patelitos too.
I call
People
them
call them
empanadas.
empanadas.
Yeah.
Right, and I call them, like, my family always calls them patelitos.
I love patelitos, empanadas. I love them either way.
Me too.
I love my pasteles en hoja. I love those.
I
love them.
Oh,
It's so delicious,
pasteles.
especially for the holidays.
The plantain ones, I love those.
And delicious.
Alcapurrias, rellenas
Oh
de
my
papa.
God, those are my
There's a spot in the Bronx.
favorite
What about
A spot in the Bronx is amazing on Grand Concourse that has all of these cuchifrito places. Right by
I love good.
Cuchifrito.
So good.
Because some of them are whack. Some of them don't. You don't even need to be there.
Do you cook?
Yeah.
I order. Do you cook?
I love to cook.
Do you cook?
I'm an amazing cook.
I like to cook.
I order.
I'm a
I mean, I
20-year-old
cook.
that likes to
I
cook.
dabble a little bit,
I
but I
dabble.
mostly order and I do.
No, I mostly cook. I'd
I
rather
love to
cook
cook.
certain, like, Spanish dishes. I'd rather cook because I'm very picky. Like, especially with my beans. My grandmother makes the beans that you could, like, I could die for
From
those
scratch,
beans.
right? From scratch.
Oh my God, yeah.
You
I
pour
can't even
them-
make them that way, but I'd rather eat them or mine than to order from somebody else and
La
have no
mujer
flavor.
latina dice que el amor entra por la cocina.
Definitivamente.
Pero no siempre, because yo ordeno.
There are two things that come in through the kitchen: love y los chismes.
Bochinche!
Let's talk about that.
Bochinche.
On Thanksgiving,
Oh, anything.
the place any day I go to Thanksgiving, but the place to be is the kitchen.
Are you guys
Definitely.
bochinchosas?
All
Yes.
the time. Why not?
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Yes.
No, it's a good thing because you
And
can
they go-
air
I'm
out
a
what you
reactor.
feel.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. I'm that
I love
person.
hearing the scoop and then I'm like, what?
Really?
We call it instigators.
Yes.
Instigators to the
That's
T.
I love it because I don't really like pay attention to too much that's going on. Like I don't really read my environments all that well. But when I do get to sit down and I hear everybody's shit, and I'm everybody's
And it's so funny because they'll
Sugar.
just
I'm
come
just
out
like, wow.
like they'll give you your food and they'll be like, let me tell you what happened. And I'm like, what happened?
¿Y qué pasó?
I am probably the
That's
person
tea.
who gives the
That's
least
the tea.
beep. And all the phone calls.
Yeah,
All the phone
me
calls.
too.
It's like, yo.
I'm the last one to find out, but I'm okay with being the last one because that means I got a list.
You gotta.
So find out from. I could be like, I don't even have to say anything, and I got the whole scoop.
I got
Tengo todo el bochinche, toda la familia,
barrio,
que pasaron
la
los últimos 6
familia.
meses, que tengo conversación para the next 3 months. And I'm just like, okay, wow, I can't believe he did
And there's
that.
always a follow up.
Right.
And I'm just hoping none of the bochinches is about me.
Definitely not. You gotta stay in tune.
The one thing my grandfather does, like he says my ex-boyfriend's name, I'm like, Papa, he's done. Stop bringing him up.
You call your grandpa Papa?
Yeah, because he's Dominican. So my
Got
grandfather, he got with my grandmother, which is Puerto Rican, but he's not my biological grandfather.
Okay.
But he's like the only
The only
grandfather that I
grandfather.
knew. So yeah, we call him Papa, but he's Dominican. We're
Oh,
like,
Polito.
Papa, I mean, Papa, stop. And he's just like, how is that? I'm like, we're not together anymore. That's another thing too that Hispanics do.
Yeah.
They love
Oh, and those.
to talk about your ex-boyfriends and
They
your
will bring it up
ex-girlfriends,
in
and
front
they'll
of
bring it up in front of
Sometimes
everybody.
in front of your new boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, ese hombre no servía anyway.
Right.
That's what they would say.
Entonces, ¿para qué pregunta?
Sometimes family can be like women, very catty, very
Very
catty.
Oh,
catty.
family is catty AF.
Right. Very much so.
I know mine's is.
No, so is mine. They love to talk too. They want to
Le
know
encanta
everything.
las pullas.
Oh,
Las
God.
pullas, you know, just little,
Little
shots
jabs.
at you, little jabs and shots at you.
Too
It's
much,
great.
too.
It's entertaining. I think it is what it is to be Latinos. Like, we are fiery.
But what else
we're
will you
spicy,
talk about? What are you
we're
gonna talk about on the
straightforward.
news all the time? No.
I know, yeah. I don't
That's
wanna
how
talk
you
about
stay
that.
bonded.
There are times that we speak before we think, and there are times we think before we speak. But usually, we
Most of the
think
time.
when we speak when we're getting paid.
Yeah, unless I just speak before I think and it just comes out. I'm just like, I'm sorry, Grandma. I love you though.
I'll be like, I'm sorry for how I said it, but not
Not what I
And that's what you
said.
said. It's just how it came
That's
out.
a good one. I'm gonna use that.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm
for
gonna
how
I
use
do
that.
that
What I
often. FYI.
She said that's my staple.
That's because when we don't have a filter, we try to apologize, but really we're not.
But we're not.
We just
No.
want to be nice about it.
We just want you to feel comfortable, which is what LatinX be like, pretty much. I feel like we're very spicy, we're fiery, and we say what it is that we mean. But you're just not equipped to handle it, so we're just like,
All right, one quick word that describes each of you. I'm candid.
I think I'm a little shy sometimes. I hold back a bit.
Don't look at me.
Get it out. Get it out. Get it.
I don't know. Yeah, choose a word for me.
I'm just one.
She's a
I
diva.
feel like I'm.
She's a diva. That's what you are.
You see, I don't have to say nothing.
I feel like I'm resilient.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Very much resilient.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
go
know
through
about
ups and downs.
that.
About me?
Yeah, I don't know about resilient.
Really?
Yeah, I think ambitious. So
Ambitious, of course.
Because you're like
That's
a
another word.
dreamer. You are a dreamer.
Yes.
You speak a lot of things into existence.
No,
and
I do.
you like exude positivity. Do you see this skin, by the way? Like
Glowing.
she just exudes positivity.
Thank
So I'm
you.
like, she's just like a daydreamer and she just speaks things to existence and she's always the one saying it. Let's speak it into existence.
Oh my God, that's
Vamos a
so
decirlo alto.
true.
Como si no fuera nada. So I think,
That's very
you're
true.
more of a dreamer. You're more of the ambitious. You're just like,
I like
You're the
that.
universe
But you make it
girl.
happen.
Yeah, no, I definitely am.
You make it happen.
that's why I
important.
chose you guys. I chose you guys because you guys are all queens that fix each other's crowns.
Right. And that's important, especially in our community too. I feel like a lot of women in our community like to downplay other women in their community. You know what I mean? Like Latin
It's such
women
a
are so quick to be like, oh, but she's not even all that. Like, I feel like when I grew up, it was just, I don't know what it was, but it was something in me that's just like, I want, exactly, fix your crown. I want you to be, like, I want all of us to be on the same level, if not higher.
I've had like beef with women. Like we're not cool. We're
Right.
And it's just like, even when the conversation comes up, I could say like, she's beautiful. I don't like her, but she's
going
beautiful.
on the same
like
way.
that's it.
She's
Like,
big
there's
about
no
the
reason.
reality.
Right. It's the reality of things. Just
I think women are that way with each other. They're very just catty and outgoing with each other. And the Latina part just comes out more because we'll say it in Spanish.
No la soporta.
esta es una
No la
rata por el
soporto.
piso.
And then, you know, women always look at each other's curves. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if one Latina is a little curvy and the other Latina, we got issues.
Yeah. We say no. She's made up. Ella se hizo.
That's why she looks like that.
Too. When I was younger, I mean, I'm sorry. But when I was younger.
I mean, when you were a baby.
When I was younger.
Yeah, just the other day.
You were younger.
So old right now. Millennial. We're so old right now.
But I used to be like that too. I'm like, oh, she thinks she's all that. But now I'm that person that people think, because I've been told like, oh, you think you're all that. But I don't think I'm all that. Like, I'm
but what's wrong with
think
thinking that we are all
what
that?
I'm saying is,
all the time.
I'm very confident. This one is like, I do all the time. But what I'm saying is that I'm confident in who I am and my I'm very confident in the skin that I'm in now. And it took a while to get here, obviously. But I don't, not that I don't want people to say like she thinks she's all that, but it's just like when I hear that, it makes me think of the time that I was there. I used to be like, oh, she thinks she's all that. And it's just like an insecurity in yourself.
Definitely.
Listen, Latino women are beautiful. We come in all shades and
Yeah.
color and shapes and with all types of
We're
attitudes.
gorgeous.
And flavor.
All attitudes. though.
You never get bored with
We
us.
never.
We
And
will be sassy. We will be smart. We will be fiery. We'll have attitude.
we're loving too. Don't forget,
We
we're so
are
loving.
very
We're
nurturing.
loving and nurturing, and we care for our children like there's no
Oh,
tomorrow.
when
We're
we
like
take
big
somebody-
baby mamas, and
Serious?
you know,
When we take somebody under our wing,
Baby.
it's
like
on.
that's it. It's like you're coming home. You're
You know
packing
how
up
many
and
times
Cuando
saying,
tú eres sangre, y eso es así.
Y aunque no sea sangre en realidad,
No.
being part of your community, knowing that you're a Latina from wherever part of the world you are, let's say you're from South America or Mexico or any of the islands like Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and
Absolutely.
Cuba, we still have that particular way of raising our children. If you can't raise them and you're going to work, the lady in the backyard next door, your neighbor, she's raising
got
her
you.
child.
Yep.
It is just the way it was. It was always
Well,
when I
look,
was
sending
growing
our
up.
children away to our home countries, to
It's
our
a beautiful
to our
thing.
parents
Yeah.
to raise them, and that happens a lot. Dominican families, Mexican families, Puerto Rican families, and that's just a way for us to kind of keep it out there.
And isn't it wonderful? We have a second home to go to. Think about it.
Always.
No, that's dope.
It's amazing that we have the opportunity to go and visit our motherland. I would call it our motherland. You know,
I went
it's
to Puerto
amazing.
Rico recently, and it was the first time I've ever been to Puerto Rico, and it was such a beautiful experience. Like, I don't know, I felt like the moment we landed, I was with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and the moment we landed, I was just like, I'm home.
You're in love.
Like, it
with your
feels
home.
like I've never been there, but the moment that you land, it's just like,
It's
this is
warm.
where I belong.
It's warm.
It's like, I felt
Yeah.
like this is where I belong. Like, this is my house. Like, it was just dope.
Guys, look at our first show. It's going so great.
I know, I love
Great
it.
conversation.
It's always amazing. We always
So-
have a lot to talk about, so we're
We're
good.
gonna
Yeah.
have a lot of things to talk about in the next few episodes. We're gonna tackle some really serious topics and have
We
a lot
are.
of fun. Not too serious.
Not too
though.
serious.
No, just more
Because,
fun.
you know, yo no puedo ser seria.
Right.
Not too long.
Hamas.
But, you know, it was really great shooting with you guys today.
Yes, definitely. I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving
Me
our,
too.
our little community, plus you over there, our director, and I just feel so happy to be here and be at this table with you beautiful young ladies. It brings so much, and I know that at my particular age, I could teach you guys some things that I can learn from the
And
youth
vice
right
versa.
now, and that's just so important for me to be part.
40's the new 20, so I have no idea what you're
Oh
talking about.
my God!
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
I'm zero.
yes, she's a zero.
Well, guys, make sure you follow us on Instagram at LatinX Be Like and keep up to date on what we're doing. We're going to do lives. We're gonna have more topics on there, so you guys can kind of get into what we're doing.
Feel free to send us any messages and let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Feel free to give us any feedback as well.
Sí, síguenos on Instagram, LatinX Be Like, y mándanos cualquier pregunta que tengas. Con mucho amor les vamos a responder. Queremos que tú seas parte de nuestra comunidad aquí en LatinX Be Like, y a gozar se ha dicho.
We will see you next time. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Adios.
Ciao.
Bye, mi gente. All right, we're gonna do it again. You're gonna see. Turn it right back on.
Yep. All right.
Sorry, it's just that when she said Desiree, I was like, oh, we don't even know who they are.
It's funny because when I said it, I felt like uncomfortable in a sense.
Yeah, because I don't want it to just shine me. I want it all of us. So when you said my name, but none of the girls said their name, I was like,
Right.
Yeah.
You stop looking at that one. You have to look at this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Thank you.
I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to.
She be twisted.
Job, because she's noticing shit. I noticed too. I just want to tell you that. Don't tell her I said it. Stop picking on me because
Mira, déjala tranquila, niña.
I'm being bullied.
She's been good.
HR people, HR.
No, not HR. No,
Who's the HR?
who's HR? Me? Second row, yeah. You have. I am not.
Right? And then you're gonna say Jossie.
Have Jocelyn start.
Have Jossie start, and then we go.
She wants her star movie. Why are you doing this?
She's the director. I can't say anything. Okay, fine.
Have Jocelyn start.
Unfair, and I'm taking $5 for the
Take 5.
Wait, Johnny does it. Ready? Johnny.